My name is Panayota. I live in Brisbane at the moment, which is in the state of Queensland in Australia. My accent fools people because I used to live in the United States, and even though I've been away for so long, I still have it, and I use it because I'm also a professional actor. I've also decided to claim my ability as a channel, and it's something that I think I've struggled with for a little while and for a whole host of reasons. I've had a lot of other things, other names that psychic medium, psychic reader, angel medium. But at the end of the day, they're all the same thing. And yeah, so we're owning it here and now. And what I'm discovering as I'm sort of progressing and accepting myself as an actor, accepting myself as a channel, is that things do just start to happen and they start to unfold. And if I cry, it's because it's so wonderful. Well, I was born into a very Greek tradition, very traditional Greek family, I should say, in going to church every Sunday and the prayers and the all of the rituals that were a part of it. You know, mom having had experiences where she has seen spirits, dad has heard them. The stories they told were real for them. And so it was never hidden from us that there was this other side. Actually, I was in a kinesiology session, and at the time, I remember saying something to the effect of, well, it's not like I'm psychic. And the response was, well, actually, yes, you are. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know what that meant. But what I discovered was a memory started coming forward of times when I heard someone say, don't forget to do this. And then when you did it, everything was fine. But if you didn't do it, something different would happen. And you'd be like, oh, I should have listened. You don't know where you're hearing them from, but you know that it's happened. We refer to it as a gift, but it's actually our birthright, and everybody, doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, everybody has the capacity to do what we do and to connect with themselves. And there are those who believe that only a certain few have this right. And it's like, well, no. If you look at a child that is newly born, they are fully connected with the universe right then and there. How cool is that? And the language they speak is one of the light languages. We learn language, as we evolve into becoming a young adult, etc. But that's our first language. That's how I understand it. I sometimes also incorporate the light languages. Yeah, it was always something that I did every now and again because I didn't think people understood it or could resonate with the concept of being able to speak a language that wasn't human. It's like this simultaneous thing happening. I'm thinking in English and speaking this other stuff, and it's like, okay, well, I'm going along with this. So that's 100% channeling. It's like, where would I get it from? So now calling myself a channel is like, it actually takes the load off the reading part of it because you don't have to. I know it might sound weird, but I just let it just happens. It's not like I'm putting any more effort in than meditating to stay in to be in that space. But something that I've certainly learned over the years is that the information that is given to us is not to be, let's say, taken verbatim or literally. It's about us looking at it and assessing it again on an individual level and saying, what part of this resonates with me now? And would just be aware, if I say I believe something now, it means now. Tomorrow, when I learn something different, that could change. And one lovely lady once said to me, oh, but you're contradicting yourself now. And I'm like, well, I am allowed to change my mind and I am allowed to evolve. And it didn't occur to me until later because initially I thought, oh, am I contradicting myself? But the reality is we do have the right to change our mind. And it's through personal choice and allowing ourselves to make those wonderful mistakes, because it's through mistakes that we can sit back and go, well, I didn't like that. That wasn't an outcome that I preferred. How can I change that and make it a game like children do, right? If children do something that they don't like, they just change the choice. And there's never any fretting about it. There's never any harm towards anyone else or themselves. And, just change your choice. And so in having conversations with these new people, I thought, there's a new way of thinking. I didn't know I could think like that. And it was joyous because and when you're in the spirituality industry, there's a tendency for people to want to be like-minded. And my preference is for people to discover what their mind is for themselves. And that's sort of the direction that I'm being given as well, is that if we're going into this new world, that individuals really need to shine as that and allow themselves to pick and choose what they want to believe and change their minds if it doesn't suit them anymore. I generally do speak with my eyes open, but it doesn't stop me from communicating with them. You may see me having a chat with them. I don't hear them here, but I hear them. And it's through that conversation that everything starts to come out. And I always start with a little meditation to start with. It was something I learned many years ago when I was doing a lot of the mediumship stuff with the angels, that I just called them in. It's like I've got this entourage. These days I've asked them, how do I relate to the public? What do I call them? And it's the Council of Light. And this is the Council of Light that I work with, but it will be different for everyone else, is how they've described it, because we all have the individuals that we're all going to prefer. Okay, we're back. That's cool. Every time that happens. This message is actually for anyone who's going to be listening. They feel that whether humanity believes themselves to be a channel or not is irrelevant. The most important thing for everyone is to recognize that they are unique, that it is time for them to move up this thing that we call evolution. It's not moving down, it's moving up. We don't need to be suppressed anymore. We don't need to be told what to do anymore. We need to allow ourselves to think for ourselves and to come out and go, hey, I am me. Look at me. Each and every person on this planet is 100% equal to the next person, regardless of their circumstances, regardless of the choices that they have come to this earth to make, to learn, and grow from. The things that we as humans refer to as bad and ugly things, they're just an expression of color. If you look at a color spectrum, you've got light at one end and the seemingly dark at the other, but it's still color. And we can mix and match, which we have done for God knows how long, right? But now most people are going, hey, you know what? We've had enough of this darkness. How about we start adding a bit of red and a bit of pink and chartreuse and whatever, and color ourselves differently, because the light is not just white. It's about color. It's about incorporating what color feels right for you at the time. When you find and you're able to strip away the hard stuff, the softness that is you as the individual is where the love is. It's the gentleness. It's the kindness. When you do kindness towards yourself first, it is undoubtedly something that you will do to someone else by default. You can't be kind to yourself and be harmful to anyone else. It doesn't work. It never will work. And this whole, thing that humanity has about being selfish, be selfish. There's a positive selfishness. There's a negative one as well. If you're being selfish to fulfill the empty space, you will always feel the same unhappiness. But when you're actually truly being kind to yourself and giving to yourself, you are receiving your own self-love, and the universe will just continue to be one with you, and you will always have abundance. You will always have everything you need. It's just what it is. We don't need to seek outside of ourselves any longer. Nothing needs to be lost, nothing needs to be gained. It is here and now in the present. Because the past is gone, it no longer exists. It is simply a memory that sometimes we hold on to as humans, but they're saying to me very clearly that again is human conditioning. That's all it is. It is what we came to experience here and now. But our longing for truth has brought us to this place to go, wow, we're just here. How joyful is that to just be here and now, present? And we do not know minute to minute to minute to minute to minute what's going to unfold, even though we do our damnedest to try to control it. But there's no need for control where there is freedom. Okay. Quiero mostrar se forosh tasam atose katasi si katashtasan merostolosh tasam farasemo sotisifen. Quiero mostrar se foromotaka tasi te mostrou se fare sasen. Quiero molos tasama se foroma se toson quantastisi fomen. E no mole tafai, e lo mole tafai te mosturu sasan. Pero mota sare san, pero mota sane forso que to solo está sem moto farma terasisi, quero molo senon ban, tero mosare facen mosoro fasan. You are sound within yourself. Trust that. And this is for all of humanity, they say. Trust that you are sound within yourself. There is no one else but you that is as perfect as you in your given form here and now.